colleagues, good morning to you. My name is Zobantu Tilai. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at SAMSA. Welcome to what I think is a very important gathering for the sector, but I think more importantly for the work of SAMSA. I think the colleagues in the room know by and large who SAMSA or what SAMSA is, and maybe I need to acknowledge the ILO for this gathering, because it will become clear as I speak why I'm saying that, and all our partners, DFFE, but I'll talk to that just now. SAMSA is the Maritime Safety Authority of this country with 3 objectives, 2 which talk to the protection of life and the environment, but 1 that talks to the promotion of South Africa's maritime interests. Now, the fishing sector really fits the entire SAMSA mandate. We've defined the SAMSA outlook or long-term projection or stated objectives that SAMSA will assist South Africa to become an international maritime center. Now, what is that? International Maritime Center is one that has got the essence of the maritime within itself. And how we have defined that is to mean that you will have a country that acknowledges, that has the vibrancy of its sector, create jobs, create SMMEs, contribute to the GDP, etc. And it will be supported by a vibrant maritime, a modern maritime authority rather. So you will have a maritime authority that upholds safety, that protects the environment, that does all of these things. But to do that work, we need all the partners. And that is why I was saying I want to specifically thank the ILO, external party. I want to thank those partners in government, the FFE, the university here, and others. But most importantly, for us to be able to project that future out there, we need the sector itself. We need an industry that grows. We need an industry that creates those jobs that we're going to go back and count. We need an industry that makes the profits so that it goes back to contribute to the GDP. But I like what Simpiwe was saying just now, that all of that must happen in a particular context. The person that must be respected throughout this value chain is the person that makes it all happen, and that's the worker, fisher in this instance. So we then have this responsibility to ensure that we create an environment where the fisher is not exploited, where the fisher is not subjected to working conditions that are suboptimal, that the fisher does not feel unappreciated. So this whole notion of decency of work becomes a very important subject, and I'm sure it's going to come through here. Now, the work that we do takes us to the International Maritime Organization, IMO. And we've been at this whole trajectory of ensuring that even as the IMO initially looks at international shipping and has a small part of it that deals with fishing while at it, that South Africa has played a very important part in making sure that those fishing issues really become very core in the discussion of IMO. So from the whole Working Fishing Convention in its entirety, we chaired that subcommittee at ILO, and we represented South Africa at ILO. So we've been engaged in this discussion since the early 90s, if you like. So all the way through to the Torremolinos Protocol, to the Cape Town Convention, we were the chair of the work that we were doing. So we come with that history because we understand that such is the importance of this work to us. Having said that, it has not always been apparent, and it has not always shown in the various SAMSA offices. Yes, we've got Sea-Watch and Response and MRCC. When you guys get into trouble, we'll go and pick you out of the water, etc. We've got all our port offices. Around 2010, 2011, when we redefined our strategy, we then said, let us create a specific fishing focus in the SAMSA offices, which would not have been there before. We would have employed all the master mariners from deep sea, vessels, and that was the core of our staff, technical staff. So we deliberately, for those fishing areas, created a fishing presence in the SAMSA office. So you would have a fishing surveyor, a fishing office in Port Elizabeth, in Mossel Bay, Cape Town, in Saldanha Bay, and in Port Nolo. Why did we do that? We did that because fishing cannot be treated in the general sense. It's taken us quite a bit of time to embed that capacity, to reorient our systems to also focus and not treat fishing as a by the way, but to focus in what we do for fishing. But it is clear to us that fishing must be managed for sustainability, for transformation, for all these things. There's another saying that we have at SAMSA that says a model regulator is not one that people should be scared of, or those that are regulated should run away from, but that which we need to partner with so that we jointly solve the problems that affect the sector that derives our livelihood. So my challenge to you guys is that these things that continue to be challenges, let us all put them on the table and let us jointly work at it. And remember, life does not become better because we've robbed somebody of that additional wages, because that is an unsustainable practice. It catches up with you. So you want to create a proper baseline where if you derive a profit, it's a proper profit. Nobody has had to enjoy a loss because you must make a profit. And for me, those fundamentals are very, very important. That is the essence of doing business with integrity. And that is what we want to promote. So if you find a SAMSA surveyor going on a ship and looking away because it's convenient to do that, please be worried. That's what brought our country where it is now. We need people that work with integrity, and I offer that integrity on behalf of SAMSA. But we need a sector that has got its integrity, and I hope the sector can offer that. But most importantly, we need the workers that have integrity themselves. And I hope that individually, by their unions, by their whatever organization, that those that work in that sector would then play their part, such that we all are scrumming in the same direction to make this industry a better industry. Colleagues, welcome to you. You have a lot to discuss, and once more, thank you for having come together here. I'm hoping that whatever you derive here can give us a way forward for the foreseeable future, so that when we meet again taking stock, we know exactly what we have covered. It's been a long journey, and I've been fortunate to have been part of it for a much longer time than perhaps some of us in the room. So I've got this history and I've seen the improvements, and I think ILO, you can look back and be proud of the partnership that we've done. Thank you very much.